on SNL, right? You guys know she always Joe Biden. Yeah. People tell me I look like her. Thank you. Okay, one person. That's all I need. Please join my cult. How are you guys doing? You guys having fun? You've already seen 3 acts, and at 9 o'clock we're gonna talk to Stormy right up there. But let's bring out your next performer, shall we? Your next act is a comedian who's one of my favorites and is a rising star in the New York City comedy scene. I can do this. She has performed at clubs and campuses across the country, all the way from New York City. Give it up for my homie, Hozho Harris.
Why does it sound like it's wet? Why is it so fucking loud, Jacob? Jacob, turn it down. What is this? Joe Biden got the Vega boys. Why am I getting this? Jacob! Jacob, for the love of God, listen to me. Can I just get a moment of fucking respect? I'm sick of this. I came here all the way from New York. Do you have any idea? Do you think this is some sort of fucking picnic? No. You think it's easy being a comedian? No, it's not. You know how bad these fucking hurt? You know what these feel like, Jacob? It's medieval torture. Yes. And I do it for attention. It's awful. You know what? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. We're gonna fuck you, Jacob. Fuck you. We're gonna do this right. I'm gonna put this stupid fucking shoe back on. We're gonna do this correctly, all right?
All right.
It's about time we stop listening to white men like Jacob and we start listening to insane indigenous women like me. Thank you. So, you are going to cheer like you've all been given a dose of ketamine. Exactly. I want you to cheer louder than you've ever fucking cheered before. And we're gonna do this correctly, Jacob. We have to defend the world against a can of cheese whiz that gained sentience and somehow grew up to think it's Beyonce. All right, I'm gonna come back out here and we're gonna pretend like nothing fucking happened. Are you with me? Okay. All right, Tucson, give it up for your next performer, your favorite indigenous comedian, Hozho Harris! Fuck heels! Fuck the patriarchy! For the love of God, fuck Donald Trump! Thank you, Tucson! Fuck you, Jacob! And fuck that guy. I could go the rest of my life without ever thinking of Donald Trump ever again. Donald Trump is like herpes. The moment you forget about him, he flares up and becomes a real pain in the ass. Donald Trump is like every drunk uncle on a mushroom trip in Red Bull, who is like lost inside of a Walmart parking lot, just spewing out racial slurs left and right, and somehow wearing Diane Keaton jeans. It makes no sense. You know, life is tricky for me. I am indigenous. I actually am from Sells, Arizona. I'm Thanaaka and Navajo. They are actually letting 2 asked us if we'd come on at the same time. He said, trick me once, honky. Never again. You think I'm gonna make it that easy for you? You're gonna have to catch me. It's a tricky existence, man. I'm not only indigenous, I'm also sexually mixed up. I'm pansexual. I'm queer. For those of you who don't know what that means, pansexual means I get a little too excited in the baking aisle. That's stupid, I know. It's interesting. So when I grew up, I was actually born on a reservation, and there was a medicine man who came up to my mother one day and told my mother that I was fixated with death. And that medicine man was right. My mom was Catholic, and she made me go to catechism. And the moment that I started going to catechism, there was a lot of talk about fetuses. And I knew I had a problem and a fixation with death because one of the first times we were talking about fetuses, there was a point of view journal entry from a fetus that got aborted over the course of 10 days. Like it was just a sailor at sea. And then it said on day 10, today, my mom killed me. And I broke out in catechism laughing. Because I thought it was really funny, because think about it, it's like day 10, this thing isn't even the size of a lentil, but it picked up a pencil, wrote a Dear John letter. That's next level shit. I remember the first time I looked at a picture of a fetus, like they should have an asterisk that says like not actual size, like you know how Cheez-Its, they tell you what size it was, because I just thought the moment you conceived, like the fetus was like the size of a football. I thought fetuses were huge. The first time I ever voted was because of a free pancake breakfast. This is true. I voted for Barack Obama. Back when it was sexy and cool to do so. Do you remember when we were all hot for Obama, man? Do you remember how like hot change Obama was? Just like change. But I actually went to a church to go to a free pancake breakfast, and I didn't know I was going to be exercising my civil liberties. I just wanted some free pancakes, and I ended up deciding the leader of the free world. And I think that's what it means to be an American. I was really disappointed when Hillary lost in 2016. Me too. I thought we were going to have a chance to rectify history. Like, I was really excited because I just thought about like Hillary, her first day in office, and then like just some chubby Jewish intern going in there and just munching on her box like a rat inside a Chuck E. Cheese dumpster, just leveling the score. Going up to a male intern, my little humidor. You know, I was really hoping for that. I just thought women could use a victory. You know, I think men have led the world for long enough, okay? I think your term has been for way too long. And frankly, like, you haven't been doing that good of a job. Y'all are messy, y'all are disorganized. You know at one point there was a Big Mac wrapper next to the nuclear codes during Donald Trump's presidency. Like there's secret sauce on weapons secrets inside of the White House right now. You know what Donald Trump got on his SATs? 0. ketchup. That guy's a moron, man. But my life's complex. I work as a comedian. I'm a vegetarian who basically gets paid in hot wings. It's fucked up, man, but I stay happy, and I stay happy besides being this weird, queer, broke, indigenous woman. Thanks, just remember you could fix that with one of those tip jars at any point, honkies. We can just start relieving that guilt tonight. Thank you. But it's the toughest thing because there's one thing that's kept me happy, and it's one simple rule, and it's that I don't listen to white men. I don't listen to white men. And historically, that hasn't really worked out for my people. There's a reason why there's only 2 of us here tonight, man. Play your lotto numbers. This is a rare sighting. But I don't listen to white men, and I'm not afraid of you honkies. Yes, you outnumber me greatly, but I'm not afraid of you crock-wearing, gerrymandering, cop-calling sons of bitches. I'm not afraid of you. You know what? Why would you ever listen to white men? Only white men would conquer half the world for spices and then choose not to fucking use them. It makes sense. I believe in God, but I don't listen to him because he's often depicted as a white man. Does anyone really want to go to heaven? No. No, like all the cool people are in hell. This is honestly, Tucson is it's too cold in hell. Okay? Tucson is hotter than hell. And it's like if Dante's Inferno broke and the elevator just kept going and going and going. And next thing you know, you're a Sonoran hot dog stand. That is Tucson. I don't want to go to heaven. I have no interest in going to heaven. And think about it. Does anyone really want to live in a gated community ran by an old white man? Does anyone in here know anyone that's like way too religious, like way too into God? No. Like my mom's recently had a second awakening, and it is so annoying. She thinks she could just like pray away the 80s. And it's not gonna happen. Like my mother treats Jesus like he's some sort of like fuckboy that she met on Tinder. And I get it. He's hot. He's got a swimmer's bod, fantastic hair, and technically he was inside of her. And I talked to my mom last week, and she reminded me that when I go out into the world and I conduct myself, to be mindful of when I meet Jesus, because he will be back any day now. And to me, that seems desperate. Like it seems clingy, you know? Like, girl, it's been 2,000 years. Just accept it, you've been holy ghosted. I saw a couple people in the back who didn't laugh. What, too soon? Yeah, he's overrated. It's ridiculous. Speaking of not listening to white men, when I was 7 years old, I was moved from the reservation to a white school overnight, and culture shock is an understatement. You have to understand, like, I I didn't know anything. Like, I grew up in a culture where there were no words for thank you or I love you. And that's why I'm a comedian.
Wow.
Yeah, it's shown. That's the idea, is you're just supposed to show your love. You're never supposed to question it. And in that way, it's kind of beautiful. But I remember my first day in a white neighborhood just feeling overwhelmed with stimuli. I remember going to a grocery store and a cashier asking me how I was doing. And then no one in my life at that point had ever asked me how I was doing. And so I proceeded to tell the truth. And I told her that I was horrified. I just came here from the reservation. I'm very scared. I've never met more than a white person besides my dad until today. And then my mom pulled me outside. And she told me, when white people ask you how you're doing, it's not because they care. It's a threat assessment.
That's hilarious.
It was a big culture shock. Like my first day moving in, there were all these people at a doorstep. They were looking inside and they had these weird treats. And they were like, I had no idea what they were. And they told me it was Jell-O. And I just thought, who the fuck are these people and what the fuck is Jell-O? My first day at a white school, I was given an assignment to write about Christopher Columbus. Which seemed particularly cruel. And it felt suspicious because the specific title, the prompt that was given to us was to write about the accomplishments of Christopher Columbus. And I wrote one sentence at the age of 7. And that was, Christopher Columbus is a bad sailor who thought he landed in India. And I failed that assignment. But I'm proud of little 7-year-old me for failing, because that little bitch was right. It's interesting though, I think it's so funny because when I look on my iPhone, it says like Columbus Day in huge letters, and then tiny letters it says like Indigenous Peoples Day. And it's like, I can't believe we're still living this lie. I can't believe we still have to romanticize the history of this country.
It's bullshit.
It is bullshit, lady. It is bullshit, drunk lady. I feel you.
Been right there all day.
But you know what? I think it's something we should remember, and I think Indigenous people, we should celebrate Columbus Day too. I think every Indigenous person should be able to dress like Christopher Columbus and enter any white household they wish on Columbus Day. I'm looking at a couple of you, and I can tell you got some nice houses. I'll be seeing you the second Monday of October. If you have an issue with anything I said, I have a stack of blankets outside and we can talk about it. Just me and a boat full of my cousins. Leveling the score. But it's a tricky existence. Like, I know things aren't made for me or my perspective. You know, I know that TV, movies, and books, they're not tailored to my experience. Like, I don't even like popular drinks. Like, I don't know, like blood orange is huge right now. Like, white people love blood orange, and I think it sucks. I think it's like bitter and tastes worse than the regular orange. I think we tolerate it because it's pretty. And most of all, I don't approve of the blood orange's long and violent feud with the Crip orange. When's it gonna end, people? But I take it back, because there's actually one character I do relate with. It's specifically a superhero. Can any of you guess what superhero I relate to? Is she a superhero?
No.
All right. Does anyone sober have a guess? That is racist. I get it. I am very rare Catwoman.
Yes.
Why am I just limited to what's in my pants? Why can't I be a big special boy with a big special dick on a Thursday night? Okay? No, the character is the Hulk. Yeah, I really relate to the Hulk. Well, first and foremost, he is a person of color. And when I get angry in public, white people also call the cops on me. It's crazy. I think it's about time that we switch the power over. Get out there and vote, people. And if you specifically go to a church at Glen in Tucson, they got a free pancake breakfast. So if exercising your liberties is not enough, or just saving the world from a monstrous Cheez-It from Taco Bell is not enough, you could get a free short stack from a volunteer named Grace. Thank you, Tucson. You've been incredibly kind.